Welcome to Monday Morning Motivation. I think everyone on has been on before, but as always, if you have any questions or need anything, feel free to type in the question box at the end. I will take questions too. So, for those of you who don't know me or haven't been on before, my name is Aspen Calhoun. And I feel like I say the same thing every week, but I like to kind of introduce myself if we have anybody new. Motivation is my favorite part of this business. I love Scentsy and everything is done for me and for my family and the business and the product and everything, but when it comes to motivation and I guess moving other people, that's what I love best. So if I can say one thing this morning that resonates with you for either the day or the week, something that sticks with you, something that you feel like you want to share, then I'm doing what I love and making an impact on somebody else. So hopefully you can get that out of what I have to say this morning. And my email is there if you guys ever have any questions or anything. I'll flip back to that if I remember at the end. So I want to just give you some food for thought this morning before I get to my main topic, and we won't be on for too long this morning. Just want to talk about some what-ifs and plant some seeds with you to think about. And if you have a paper and pen handy, or if you're in front of the computer and not on your phone, jot down this little list that I made here, or maybe a couple of them that maybe hit home. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Put some thought into them over the week, if not today, and maybe make some changes. If only one change, it can change the way you see things. It can change the way you run your business. So what if today is the day? What if today is the day that you stop putting off what you said you were going to do? What if today is the day that you become who you set out to be when you started this business? What if today is the day that you begin being the person that you know you can be? What if you stop making excuses? What if there are no more excuses for all the other things you have to do? What if you stop saying, well, I have this many kids? What if you stop saying, I have so many appointments? What if we stop saying, oh, well, my husband doesn't support me, or my friends don't support me, or my family doesn't live close, or I don't know anybody that lives close to me? What if today is the day that we stop making excuses for ourselves and do what we need to do to be our very best? What if today is the day that you become who you decided to be? What if you decide to be someone that you know you can? What if today is that day? What if you did what you said you were going to do? What if you started today and looked back and said, you know what, I'm not even close to where I said I'd be by now. What if today you could begin again and move forward and be that person? What if you practiced what you taught? What if every time you signed up somebody under you and you taught them everything you know and you gave them all these goals and ideas, what if you did that for yourself? What if you practice all these things you're teaching your team members? What if you, instead of showing other people how to do it, what if you did it yourself? What if you became what you're teaching others? What if you learned more than you thought? Have you gone back over the things that you've learned since you started this journey and actually realized the amount of information that you've learned and all the tools that you have? What if you took the time? What if you took the time to talk to 3 people today and 3 people tomorrow about joining your team? What if you called up 10 people? What if you took that time to get on the phone today, whether it took 20 minutes or 30 minutes? What if you took the time on your business instead of maybe watching one show on TV? What if you took the time to put business cards everywhere you went today? What if you took the time to call at least 2 team members and see how they're doing? What if you took the time on your business that you intended to? What if you decided not to settle? What if you decided not to say, you know what, I'm as far as I'm going to be? What if you said, I'm not settling for this, I'm moving forward, and you made that decision? What if you focused on what you needed to do to become who you want to be? What if you took one day and stayed off Facebook, had the TV off, and completely focused on what your business, how much could you accomplish? What if we did one thing at a time and focused on it until we were finished? What if we focused completely this week on booking parties and completely next week on sponsoring new team members? How much better could we be? What if you used all the things that you know to work your business? What if you used all the information that you have? What if you used your training center? What if you used your handbook? Even if you've been in this business for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, however long it is, what if you used all the things that you know? How great could your business be? The reason I'm giving you, I guess, these what-ifs today are because mainly these are the things that we stop doing. These are the reasons that we need motivation. These are the reasons that our business isn't what we thought it could be because of these things. So I want to ask you, and I guess if you jotted some of these down, have you focus on them for a few days or this week or even this month, and just keep asking yourself, you know what? What if I did take the time? And not only say what if, but do it. Take the time. Know that today is the day. Know that you're deciding not to settle for what you have right now. Know that you can focus, and if you do, you'll accomplish more than you ever dreamed. So now I want to get into, I guess, the main meat of our call, and I want to, I guess, tell a small story this morning centered around a flock of simplicity. Now, this weekend, Saturday it snowed all day, and so yesterday it cleared off, and it was probably, I don't know, 30, 40 degrees, so it was nice here in Colorado. So we wanted to get out of the house and get the kids out of the house, and so we thought, all right, I'll jump online and see what's going on. So there's several different things. There's a horse expo, and there was movies and this and that. But Bass Pro Shops here in Denver was actually doing a kids weekend. So this whole big thing where you bring the kids and they get to meet like the wildlife people, and we got to see a live bald eagle and a hawk and an owl, and they like to go to Bass Pro Shops anyways because of all the animals. They get to see the fish. But they had a fishing pond, an indoor fishing pond. So you could take your kids, and for free, they get up there and they give them a little pole, and they get a fish, and they get to actually catch a fish out of this little pond. So we're like, awesome, so we'll take the kids there. So we load up and we go to the car and we go to Bass Pro Shops, and this isn't actually a picture of where we went, but something I pulled off the internet. And we get there, and there was a couple things my husband wanted to look at, of course. But then we go down to where the little fishing pond is, and it's actually, I guess the best way I can explain it is a swimming pool. So it's probably like, I don't know, a little above waist high if you're standing next to it, and it's filled with water, and they got little stools for the kids to stand on. But as we get over there, the line to get to the fishing pond is wrapped pretty much around the store. So you're going to wait maybe, I don't know, my guess is 30, 45 minutes so that your kid can get up there and try and catch a fish. And I'm not sure if they had like a limited amount of time, if they didn't catch one they were done, or if they got to fish until they caught one. Either way, we looked at the line and I thought, you know what? Yeah, I don't think so, because we're going to wait in this line, then we're going to get up there. My son probably isn't going to want to fish, so my daughter would get up there and fish, and we have to stand there until she catches one. When she does, she's not going to want to touch it. It's going to be this whole big thing. So we decide we're not waiting in the line, and it wasn't that big deal because I didn't really amp it up to the kids just in case. But the point of the story is, after thinking about what we did and where we went for the day, my main thought is, what are we doing? Like we're driving to Bass Pro Shops and taking the kids down there so they can catch a little fish and stand indoors around this little pond when in the state of Colorado, and I'm pretty sure across the United States, kids can fish free in any lake or any river anywhere. So why is it that we were going to flock to this little indoor pond so that they can catch a fish that's been in this little pool of water for who knows how long and probably isn't hungry, and you don't get to keep it, you're going to throw it back. So I'm like, why are we doing this? And it made me think about the bigger picture and the way that we run our lives. no matter what it is, we're always looking for the simplest way to do something. And in reality, it's not simple at all because you're squeezing in with everyone else when you could be doing what you're doing in so much simpler way. Not even just a simpler way, but a better way. Like, what if instead of going to Bass Pro Shops, what if we grabbed the kids' fishing poles and took them down to the little reservoir that's not even 10 minutes from the house? And we could have done that, but we didn't. We drove all the way to Bass Pro Shops and with everybody else, and they were going to stand shoulder to shoulder with all these other people. So why is it that we look for this simplicity? Why is it we look for the easy way in all that we do, even for our kids? And that's the things that we teach them. And not only that, but if we're relating it to our business, this is what we do for our team members. This is what we show our team members. This is what we do with our day-to-day lives. We look for this simplicity in our lives, the easiest way to do something. So what I want to encourage you to do today is look at the bigger picture and ask yourself, are you waiting for the easy pond in everything that you do? You're definitely not the only one. I do the same thing, and I think everyone is guilty of it in one way or another. And I guess maybe take a step back from the things that you do and realize what parts of your life you're taking the easy road. Not only that, but maybe the easy road isn't what we thought. I mean, standing indoor around a little pond with a little fishing pole with 15, 20 other kids shoulder to shoulder, catching a fish and putting it back and being limited on that time, how much fun is that? How much better would it have been if we had actually gone to the lake, if they had been able to sit in the dirt, played with rocks, thrown rocks in the water? I mean, it was pretty nice. It was sunny. Even if they hadn't caught a fish, wouldn't the experience have been better? There are lakes all around you, no matter where you go, even in your business. Maybe we're looking for the easiest way to recruit. What's the easiest way? Maybe I can do Google ads. Maybe I can do this. When really, there are people everywhere you go, and all you have to do is talk to them. Think about those things as you run your business every day. And just because you're not catching fish doesn't mean they aren't there. Just because you can't look down and see them in the water like you can in the Simplicity Pond, they are everywhere around you. And we have to remember that some days are good days and some not so much. Just because you're not talking to people doesn't mean they're not there. Just because you're not getting parties doesn't mean there aren't people that want to host. We have to realize that a lot of times the only person to blame is us. When we're not catching fish, it's usually our fault. We're usually too busy looking for that small pond, the easy way, to see the bigger picture and put some work into it. We may have to drive a little further to the big lake, but I guarantee you there's a lot of fish in there if only we figure out how to catch them. So do you have the gear? So in the Pond of Simplicity, we walk up and they hand us a fishing pole, and I'm sure they have the bait on there that the fish want to eat that day, and hopefully they're hungry and it's easy. But you can get your own gear. You can go wherever it is you need. For us, it's the training center, our mentors, our sponsor, our director, the people that move us. We can go on, a lot of us have team Facebook groups. We can ask. We have all these resources where we can get the gear that we need. We can find new things to say. We can find new ways to book parties. We can find all these things. They're all right there for us, and it's free. It comes in many forms. It comes in the form of motivation. It comes in the form of things that we can read. We can read books that will help us. We can watch trainings. We can watch videos. There's so many ways that we can find the things that we need to do what we need to do, so we don't have to go to the Pond of Simplicity. We have to remember, too, we can't fish through thought. You cannot sit home every day or wherever it is, chilling on Facebook, or even if you have another job, and think about your business. Your business will not move forward through thought. You can think about fishing all you want, but it's not going to help you catch a fish. You have to actually get out there and do it. You can't think about contacting 10 people every day and at the end of the day say, well, I really want to book some parties, and I thought about it, but I didn't do it. You have to actually do it. We cannot move our business forward if all we do is think about it. If we gather ideas for 100 years, they're not going to do us any good unless we use them. one idea that we use is better than 15 that we thought of. So where do you learn to fish? Jot down at least 5 places where you learn to fish. And it doesn't even just have to be the gear or the information. What helps you move forward in what you're doing the most? Is it motivation? Is it something that you read? Is it someone's encouragement? Is it a training you watch on the training center? Is it the call every week, the consultant call? Is it the director call? Is it the news feeds? What motivates you? What helps you learn to fish? What moves you forward in your business, and what pushes you to head for bigger waters? Settling for freezer food. So obviously it's a whole lot better to catch fresh fish than buy them at the grocery store or anywhere else. Microwave meals aren't healthy. We can do things the easy way, but it's not good for us. It's not good for our business. And what it comes down to is we cannot survive forever on easy. There's only so long that those fish are going to last in that pond of simplicity. They cannot keep that pond open at Bass Pro Shops forever, because pretty soon it's going to be fished out. Pretty soon the fish are going to get tired of getting caught. They're going to get hurt from getting caught, and they're not going to be hungry anymore, so they're not going to bite. We can't survive there forever. We cannot go to the same place we go every single day and expect to get the same thing from our business. We have to go bigger. We have to search for new places. We have to search for new customers, and we have to search for new hostesses. We have to look for new people to join our team. If you're a director, superstar, star, whatever rank you are, if you've recruited 5, 10, 15 people, you can't stop. You have to continue to look for bigger. You can't say, you know what, I recruited my friends and family, but that's good enough because that was easy. We have to look for more people. We have to talk to strangers, and we have to make it work. Not only that, but a microwave reel doesn't always taste the way you thought it would. The picture on the box is usually not what it looks like inside. And we have to remember that. Just like I was amped up to take the kids to the little fishing pond at Bass Pro Shops, and when I got there, I was like, you know what? This isn't exactly what I thought it would be. It's not really a fun time. You know, there's different ways that we can do things, because simplicity doesn't always feel good. It's not always the best thing. So what are you teaching your team members if you have a team? Be sure that you're showing them where they can get the gear. Be sure that you're showing them, you know what, figure out why you want to do this. Figure out what you want to do, and here's where you can find the information that you need. Read these books. Go to the training center here. I will show you how to do it, but you have to do it. Make sure you're doing that for them, because the best thing you can do for someone is teach them the hard way. And that sounds silly, but if you give them the easy stuff, then that's all they're ever going to want. Show them how to do the hard stuff. How long will you survive on the smaller pond? Like I said, it's going to get fished out eventually. And I'm not saying that things are getting saturated or anything like that, because I don't believe in any of that. But what I'm saying is, if you're standing shoulder to shoulder with everyone else all the time, maybe you need to look for something new. Maybe you need to broaden your horizon in your business and do something that you've never done before. Mediocre is not what you were meant for. When you decided to do this business, it wasn't because you wanted to stand next to everybody else and be the same forever. It was because you wanted to make something of yourself bigger than you ever dreamed. It's because you wanted to make this business so you didn't have to work that other job. It's because you wanted to do this so you could buy something that you wanted. It's because you wanted a better life for yourself and your family. It's because you wanted to do something for yourself and be you again. You are not meant for mediocre. You have to remember that you are who you choose to be. Search for bigger waters. Make your dream ocean size. Because there are places where there is more water, there are bigger things to look for, but we have to realize that we choose where we fish. We have to realize that we get to pick how big our business is. We get to pick every single day where we're going and what we're going to do. We get to say, okay, we're going to go to Bass Pro Shops and stand shoulder to shoulder with 15 other kiddos, and let our kids fish there because that's what we're going to teach them, or we can say, you know what, we're going to the lake, and we may not catch a fish, but we're going and we're going to get the experience. The same is frustrating after a while. If you went to the same little pond every single day and you were doing the same thing and you saw the same fish every day, it's going to get old. If the only people you're asking to join your team are the ones you work with, you need to find a bigger ocean. It's there. It's on your way to work. It's at the coffee shop. It's at the bakery. It's at the grocery store. It's everywhere you go. Don't be frustrated with the same thing because you have the option of making it different. Being alone isn't always bad. When you're out in the bigger pond, if you're on the ocean or on the lake or away from the norm, the view is much better. Everyone has someone they look up to. Everyone has a mentor, a superstar director, or a director, or a superstar consultant, or whoever they are, someone in your business, another Scentsy consultant that you know, that you say, you know what, I want to be where they are. I want what she has, but guess what? Her view is great, and if you want the same one, all you got to do is choose to go there. All you have to do is go where she is because you get to pick. You get to pick what you do with your business, and you get to say, you know what, I love it because it's unbelievable. And the feeling you get when you do small things for yourself every single day will change you forever. Because once you get a taste of the bigger water, you're not going to want to go to the little fishing pond anymore. Remember those things and work your business a new way every single day. Stop standing shoulder to shoulder with everyone else and decide that your head is for bigger waters. Just want to leave you guys with a quote today. I know we were, well, I guess we weren't sure. I guess I talked longer than I thought we were. So here's a quote. I don't want to get to the end of my life and find that I've just lived the length of it. I want to have lived the width of it as well. Don't float through your day-to-day at the end of it saying, well, I didn't get much done or I didn't move forward as quickly as I wanted to. Choose to have an ocean-sized dream. Don't settle for a small pond, indoor pond next to everyone else. Every single person gets to choose. Everyone successful in this business is different. And it's because all they did was choose. It's not one single trait that they had. It was the decision they made to make it work. So I encourage each and every one of you to do that today, to do what you need to do to make things better for yourself. As always, I appreciate every single one of you getting on and hope that one thing I said today maybe will stick with you. Like I said in the beginning, pass this on. I always post a link of the recording afterwards, so share it with team members or friends or anyone else you think it might help.